Gratitude Lyceum. I'm Abby George, and I am one of DG's house captains.
And I'm Seth Arnett, the other DG house captain. I would like to start this Lyceum by introducing Mr. Holton to present the Junior High Capstone Award winner.
Hola! My name is Mrs. Dietrich, and I'm here to present the Junior High Capstone Award to Gideon Julius. More seriously, Mrs. Dietrich couldn't be here today. She asked me to read her award for Gideon. And before I do, I'll just mention that when the staff met to discuss who we should give this award to, we had a lot of questions when we discussed Gideon. How? How could a man who was a boy who was raised by Mr. Julius be so good? That's his first example of fortitude, putting up with Mr. T. We also noticed that Gideon stood head and shoulders above his peers. He did get something good from Mr. Julius. He's nice and tall. And here's what Mrs. Dietrich said. Mr. Gideon Julius exemplifies virtue daily. He is a role model and a leader for his peers. He's intentional with showing his gratitude. He's always gifting his teachers with a smile and a heartfelt thank you. He is far more mature than most of his peers. He exudes temperance and prudence. In all of my interactions with him during our weekly leadership team meetings, he is always encouraging of other leaders in his team. He has taken the role of a mentor for the rest of his leadership team, and he's doing an amazing job. He wants to be a leader because he's very selfless, and he truly wants for every junior high student to enjoy their time for their orders and events. He's a ray of sunshine, not only because he's very positive, kind, and friendly, but also because he's the light guiding other boys in his friend group. And in the whole order system, student leadership team. He has a way to give and take criticism that is admirable for one so young. He's proactive and efficient in his leadership. He's always trying to be better. I'm highly impressed by Gideon's display of wisdom at his age. Give it up for Gideon.
And now for the presenter of the high school capstone winner, Mrs. Carr.
First of all, sorry my voice is gone somewhere. I want to just say thank you. Thank you for honoring my family today. For honoring my son by wearing your red, white, and blue, and your country government boots on, just for him. I just want you to know how good it is for my heart to stand here and see you guys. So, thank you. This capstone award is going to go down in history as possibly the most awkwardly executed capstone award we've ever had. Because this capstone award goes to Abby Gay Harsh. I'll say what's awkward between tall and short. I'm going to just read to you what I wrote because, I'm sorry. Abby Gay Harsh is a woman of wisdom and deeply ingrained virtue, and I'm honored to have seen it in the most challenging of circumstances. Abby appeared at my house and let me know that she was there to stay. And she did. Abby had recently had surgery, but she spent an uncomfortable night in our house so that we would not be alone. By the way, can I just say that that whole night was punctuated by hourly bouts of sobbing and things like that too, so it was not an easy night. Fortitude, prudence, and temperance were all displayed in one tremendous act of love on our behalf. Abby continued to spend time with us all summer through our wide range of emotions, and she endured it all with gratitude, fortitude, prudence, and temperance, and a smile on her face. Now that we're back at school, I have seen that deep character continue to grow. Abby frequently expresses gratitude for life lessons that are taught to her by her parents and other mentors. She seeks to grow in virtue and wisdom, and her interactions with both peers and teachers demonstrate that on a daily basis. She often looks back at difficult situations, sometimes in my office, through the lens of what can I learn from this that will make me a better person. I am grateful for my friend Abby Hirsch. Her virtuous character and wisdom have lightened my heavy heart as you have faithfully walked beside me through the most difficult time of my life. And I love you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Carr, and thank you to Mr. Bolton as well, or Mrs. Dietrich, I should say. But Abby and I would like to take a moment just to read definitions that our leadership team has written to describe what gratitude has meant to us this year.
Gratitude becomes a tangible virtue during hardship. Gratitude keeps our eyes focused on what is good, true, beautiful, and wondrous, despite the storms around us. Gratitude is what keeps us from sinking into the depths when waves of sorrow and adversity come crashing over us. Mrs. Carr.
Gratitude is so much more than saying thank you. It is a way of seeing the world in your life and focusing on all those things that make you truly rich, the things that money cannot buy. It doesn't feel natural to approach life this way. It's so much easier to complain, but it's worth it to go against that tendency and to look for the blessings that are in front of you every day and to live your life as if it were a gift, because it is a gift. Mr. Long.
Gratitude is the peace and joy of mind and heart that comes through the recognition of the good, the true, and the beautiful. It is the state of gratefulness that allows other virtues to thrive. Gabe McDaniel.
This year, gratitude has meant making a decision to choose joy, even when the circumstances are not ideal. It means finding every little piece of goodness and light, even when everyone around you has chosen to see only the worldly circumstances. Abby Davis.
Gratitude is a choice and is often the harder one. In any situation we find ourselves in, especially the bad ones, gratitude means deciding to find the good in the other end.
Gratitude to me means being able to find the good in those people and circumstances around you, and focusing on that to guide yourself through your day. Gratitude is the overwhelming joy you get from focusing on the blissful experiences of life. Alyssa Wilkins. And now we're going to get a quick bio about our speaker, DJ, and then we'll get into the talk.
DJ Mullaney is an OG Liberty alumni. He started at Liberty in 4th grade and graduated high school in 2014. Mr. Mullaney was a house captain for Domus Fortitudinis and an enthusiastic baseball captain, soccer player, and drummer. DJ is jealous that Liberty now has a whole class on the Lord of the Rings. After graduating from LCHS, Mr. Mullaney went to Colorado State University and graduated in 2018 with a degree in sports medicine and a minor in biomedical science. Mr. Mullaney dabbed in Army ROTC while at CSU, fired the cannon, and worked on campus as an admissions ambassador for the Office of Admissions. He has also worked as a creative chef, led mission trips, and spent a couple summers as a camp counselor. DJ has been in EMT in Fort Collins for 8 years, serving the community with UC Health, both on the ambulance as well as in urgent cares, and 5 Northern Colorado emergency departments. During the pandemic, while net deep in COVID patients, DJ went to nursing school, graduated in 2022, and began working as a nurse in the emergency room at Cedar Valley Hospital. DJ currently works a night shift from 7 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., which is when all the crazy stuff goes down, he says. DJ says that his biggest accomplishment and proudest moment ever was marrying the love of his life, Rachel Seacat. They got married a month and a half ago, just got back from their honeymoon. DJ says he has lots to be grateful for. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome back DJ Maloney.
Alright. Let me get a vibe for where everybody's at. Where's Doma's gratitudinous? Doma's fortitudinous? Alright, Doma's just in the eye! Come in the eye! Awesome, goodness. Who we got over here? Who we got? Here you go. Alright, where are the orders at? We have orders here today? So as the wise Mr. Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast. You don't slow down every once in a while, you can miss it. I remember sitting in Lyceum listening to the guest speakers come in. Sometimes I would pay attention and I was like, oh yeah, I'm tracking, I'm listening to what they're saying. But then sometimes I was a little bit distracted, thinking about feeling a crush a couple doors away. Sorry. Or thinking about like a big American lit test coming up. Any juniors out there? Who here is showing us who here's in Mr. D class right now? Wow, where's Mr. D at? Oh, good to see you. Awesome. Well, shout out to all you guys in American lit right now. I feel for you now. Or maybe I was thinking about like a big baseball game coming up. Any baseball players out there? Yeah, right on. Sweet, I love that. Well, what I figured would kind of help me pay attention when I was a student was some racing stuff. But today, we're talking about gratitude, right? We just had some awesome congratulations to the winners of the Gratitude Awards. That's pretty sweet. My plan here is I'm going to say some stuff, I'm going to tell some stories, inspire you guys a little bit, so live gratefully. Anybody grateful for some races here today? Yeah, pretty cool. Right on, awesome. And I'll get you guys out tonight around by 2:45. We'll have a good old time. Oh, and by the way, there will be a quiz at the end. That's for racing stuff. Yeah, pay attention. Teachers, you guys can play too. Alright, cool. Sweet. So today we're focusing on gratitude, right? So I got a question for all you guys, and we're going to get a little rowdy here. On the count of 3, I want you guys to think about something that you're really grateful for. Pretty easy, really good. You got this. So on the count of 3, teachers, you two, I want to hear from you. What's something that you're grateful for? 1, 2, 3. That's all I heard. Alright, let me call in a couple people. What's somebody grateful for? You first, Lou. Family. Yeah. Over here. Your dog, what's your dog's name? Sweet. Alright, I want to hear from a teacher. Where's the teacher at?
I'm grateful for schools that value
School is a value of black people. How would you say chocolate in Latin? It's where's Mr. Toulis at? What are you grateful for, Mr. Toulis? Coffee, yes. By the way, speaking of coffee, I just got off night shift for the last 5 nights in a row, so this is actually like 2:20 in the morning for me. Woo! That's been up like midnight and going to sleep. You got your hand up, what's up? And then a great story down here. What's your name? What's your name? Cash, what's up? What are you grateful for, man? Reese's! I like it. Alright, so keep thinking about something you guys are grateful for. I love that all you guys are participating. You guys are grateful for things. Keep thinking about stuff like that. Today, it's easy to be grateful for stuff where, like Reese's. I'm going to challenge you guys with a couple of things today. So my name is DJ. This is my wife, Rachel, right over here in a pretty white dress. Woo! Oh, come on, guys. That's my wife right there. We just got married a month and a half ago. We just got back from our honeymoon. We went to Lake Como, Italy. Any Star Wars fans out there? Lake Como's where Nathan Pac-Man went. Yep, we went to the little spot. It was quite a trek to get out there. Took a little picture there. We were on mopeds there. We went to Switzerland. Anybody ever wanted to go to Switzerland before? Oh man, we were like ripping mountain bikes down the hill. Cheese fondue. Yeah, it was sweet. Went to Iceland. We got to see the Northern Lights, which I've never seen before. Has anybody ever seen Northern Lights? Wow, that's awesome. Are you guys in high school or middle school? Dang, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm 27. I just saw Northern Lights for the first time, so that's really special. If you guys never get a chance to see the Northern Lights, you gotta do it. So I got a lot to be grateful for right now. We just got back from our honeymoon. I'm grateful for my wife. It is like such a beautiful thing to be married to your best friend. It's awesome. So shout out to commitment out there. I know these days sometimes it's not as common, but it is awesome to find your person and settle down with them. So it's a really beautiful thing. A couple other things I'm grateful for. This is my dog car. Where's it? Yeah, he's collie. It's pretty cool. I'm grateful for my family, mom and dad who love me, a sister here in town. I'm grateful for my community at Lyceum Church. It is so cool to have them. Oh yeah, what's up, dude? Hey, what's up? It's so cool to have like a community of friends who support you through the thick and the thin, like in the high moments you like to celebrate with you, and the low moments. It's awesome to be involved. So if you guys, find community wherever it is you guys end up going to college, anything like that. Get involved, get plugged in with the community. It's awesome. Friends who stick by you. I'm grateful for our time. This is love. This is love. That's how you. Mr. Lund taught me the drums so many years ago, and even to this day, I still get to use the drums. I play in my church, and I get to worship my God, and I get to process the things that I see in the ER as a nurse, and it actually helps me right, left brain to process some of that. So thank you for teaching me the drums and believing in me, and still being my friend, and going mountain biking with me. I appreciate that. Where's this guitar at? You're releasing some big hug. Proud of you. This guitar started me off on my love for anatomy. Anybody taking anatomy right now? Woo! That's a lot to remember. Anybody over here taking anatomy? Good for you guys. That's a hard class. I took anatomy senior year. This is hard. And I really jump-started my love for anatomy, the human body, and ended up leading me to where I am today. So thank you for starting me with that. I'll get more into that here in a little bit. But those are a few of the things because I'm grateful for it here today. I love all the cowboy hats and the red, white, and blue today. Shout out. That's awesome. Way to represent, guys. We love Christopher. That's sweet. Alright, cool. So students, what I want to do next, I want to hear from a couple of you guys, a name of a teacher or a class that you're in right now that you guys have made a big impact. I saw you back in the blue flannel back here first. This is our biology class, yeah. What's your name? I see. Yeah. What's that? Grateful for Latin. That's the most weird thing I've ever heard. Come over here. Over here. This is who's music class? Oh, this is also music class. Yeah. Oh, cool. So keep thinking about, I love hearing this. You guys are so grateful for your teachers and students. On the count of three, everybody yell out somebody you're grateful for. 1, 2, 3. Alright, cool. Well, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Shall we? Are you not sure your hands up there? Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Today we're going to be talking about living a life filled with gratitude. But not just like what is gratitude or what does it mean to be grateful for somebody. Like we all know what it means to be thankful. But how do you live a life filled with gratitude? And really, sometimes guys, I'm going to tell you got to keep your eyes open. Sometimes it's not that obvious. What I found is that very often, some of the things that I'm most grateful for come out of life's biggest disappointments. What I'm saying is that sometimes gratitude comes in hindsight. And I think if there's like a main point or something I want you guys to take away to this today, is that you got to pay attention to things to be grateful for from your failures, disappointments, and pain. It's a little easier to be grateful for like grease getting thrown in the air, right? It's pretty easy to be grateful for that. But sometimes there's things that happen in life that aren't so good. But there's still beauty that come from that. So today, we're going to talk about that and how being grateful is a choice. Every day in life, you get to choose your attitude throughout this wild thing called life. When I was at CSU, Colorado State University, anybody think about going to CSU? Let's go Rams! Right on. When I was at CSU, I got to have this sweet job as an admissions ambassador where I got to meet with prospective students and we go on tours around campus. I got really good at like walking backwards and talking to people like this. And we would go on tours and my boss would have meetings with the coolest group of students, like awesome people that I got to work with. And we would have meetings and our boss would tell us 4 things. 4 things to remember. 1, when you come to work, when we put our shirt on and we come to work, you gotta choose your attitude. Was number 1. You gotta choose your attitude. 2, know your knowledge, know your guest, and make their day. And I thought that was so cool. I thought, choose my attitude. That's a good point. Like stuff may be going sideways, everything will be going wrong, but in the midst of that, you get to choose your attitude. So that stuck with me. Choose your attitude, know your knowledge, which I think is really cool. Know what you know, and if you don't know it, like say that. If somebody asks me a question on campus about something that I didn't know, say, I don't know, but let's find out together, right? So it's important to know what you know, what you don't know. Choose your attitude, know your knowledge, know your guests, make their day. I thought that was really cool. Because honestly, when you choose your attitude, when you choose to have a grateful attitude, it can help you to see the beauty in things in the world. There's a lot of beautiful things out here that happen that maybe if you're not paying attention to, you won't see. So it's easy to just like coast through life, but open your eyes and see those beautiful things. And the more that you start noticing things that you're grateful for and like writing them down, the easier it is and the more natural it gets. It's like an exponential equation. You all know what an exponential equation is, these smart liberty equals. But seriously, like you start noticing these things. I just swear. You start noticing these things and it just keeps getting steeper and steeper. Alright, cool. So I remember sitting in Lyceum, and right about this time, I'd be like, okay, what's this guy like talking about here? So I really only could remember stories when people were talking, and maybe if they like bought some candy or something. So today I'm going to tell some stories. You guys want to hear some stories? Yeah, cool. Right on, sweet. And these stories are about my failure, disappointment, and pain, and how life threw that stuff at me, and where gratitude came in hindsight. So I'm just going to highlight a couple of those things. And my hope is that after hearing this, that maybe you too can look at disappointments through a more curious perspective lens, pondering the possibility that maybe someday something will come from something too. We tracking? Sweet. Nice. Alright, cool. Alright, sweet. Story number one. I have a picture. Boom. This is the story about failure. Is that what the guy who failed? Not really. But to get to this, he had to fail. That was graduating from nursing school. Once upon a time, I was a little high school senior here at Liberty. Didn't really know what I wanted to go to college for yet. And by the way, let me just get up on a soapbox real quick. If you don't know what you want to study yet, that is okay. Or if you don't know if you want to go to college, or you should probably go to college. So go get an education. Great idea. If you don't, that's okay. But take some time. What I'm trying to say is that think about it. Go shadow somebody. Like, see what it's like in the day of the life and what it is that you're getting into. Because that's a huge decision. So if you don't know what you're going to go into, that's okay. That was me as a high school senior. I was like, I don't really know. So I went to CSU. I was undeclared. That's my soapbox. Stuff out with that. So I went to CSU, decided I like anatomy. Thank you, Mrs. Carr, for giving me something to like. It was very cool. So I decided to major in health and exercise science, sports medicine, and I thought maybe I'll be a physician assistant someday. Anybody out there thinking about maybe being a PA? Cool. Nice. That's a big dream. That's awesome. Good for you guys. That's sweet. Anybody think about going into like medicine, med school, nursing, anything like that? Well, people. That's awesome. You guys can totally come find me afterwards, talk to me. I'm happy to talk about it. So, anyway, so I decided I'm going to concentrate in sports medicine, doing a minor in biomedical science, so it'll look good on my resume. Graduated from college, sang a little alma mater song, threw my hat in the air, yada. By the way, that whole 4 years of college thing goes like so fast. Yeah. It's like, there and gone. So, just know that that's going to go really quick. Anyway, so after I graduated college, the next step to getting into PA school is applying to PA school. It was actually kind of a huge process. So, I took the test, sat down and studied, I wrote my resume out, worked on it, thought I was a pretty good applicant, put my application out there. I was like, I'm a Liberty grad, you know? Like, who wouldn't want a Liberty grad? Because you're pretty okay in college. And, cute music, you know, bum, boom, boom. I didn't get in. Oh, snap. Big bummer. Like, big bummer. Like, I had gone to college for this. I wanted to be a PA. So you know what I did? I grinded. I worked hard. I got new letters of reference. I volunteered even more. And I tried. I spent countless hours applying to 27 more programs. And it ended up being about $4,000 to apply to all these schools. So, yeah, save up for applying to the schools. I applied to all these schools and I thought, okay, this time for sure I'm going to get a PA, be a physician assistant. But you know what? Out of those 27 applications, I got one interview. Whoa. Yeah. So I was pretty nervous. I'm not usually like a nervous guy. And I went to this interview and I blew it. I was too nervous. Didn't get in. And I was like, ooh, this is like a big step back. I've been working for a couple of years. I'm out of college. I didn't get into PA school. I gotta rethink my plan here a little bit. So I threw one little application out to a nursing school to see what God might do with that. And holy freaking cow, guys! Thank God my plan is not God's plan. His plan is so much better. You guys ever heard that song by Thomas Rhett? Like, ain't it funny how life changes? We make our plans and we figure out laughing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Totally. Well, just like that, I started nursing school a few months later. And guys, I am so grateful that I ended up being a nurse instead of a PA. I get to spend so much more time connecting with the patients than the PAs get to, which is what I love to do. I love to get to be there at the level and talk with them, and spend time with them, and start their IVs, and push the meds, and do all the cool things that the PAs get writing orders for. Nothing wrong with being a PA. That's awesome. Shout out to you guys if you want to be a PA. But I am so grateful to be a nurse. It's actually what I was like built to do or created to do, which wasn't my plan when I was in high school/college, but it ended up working out that way, and it's so much better. So, was I glad or grateful that I didn't get into PA school at the time when I got rejected so many times? It just felt like, getting rejected? No, of course not. I was devastated. But in hindsight, man, I'm so grateful that I didn't get into PA school. Yeah. By the way, if any of you guys are looking to go to PA school, med school, chase that dream. I'm not trying to bash that at all. That is an awesome dream. Maybe do a little bit better in Gen Chem 2 in college than I did. Chase that. That's an awesome thing. Yeah. By the way, what's the deal? I know when I was at Liberty, they used to have like a nursing thing with front range. Are you guys still doing that? Where students can go to front range and take things? What's that?
We have some with Ames now.
With Ames.
Yeah.
That's awesome. If you guys can hop in on any free education ever, do that. While you're in high school, after high school, go for the scholarships. It's worth the money because that's not how much as many student loans. Totally worth it. Alright, cool. So that's the story that ended up with that big smile on his face. Ended up being a nurse instead of a PA. And sometimes life throws you curveballs like that. And you know what? It's okay. It works out like that. This next story is a story about disappointment. And it's a bit of a love story that ends up with this big smile on this guy's face. Look at that. Does that look like a disappointed man right there? Oh man, that was a great day. That was so fun. But to get to that, I had to go through some disappointment. I was dating this girl named Savannah, and she was great. And we went out for 11 months, and we ended up breaking up. And I was devastated. I was heartbroken. And it was sad. And was I grateful in the moment that I broke up with Savannah? Maybe a little bit relieved. I'm a truthful guy. I'm supposed to say I was relieved. But not grateful, it was sad. It hurt. But looking back on it, I get to have this beautiful life with Rachel. So saying no to Savannah ended up with a big yes to Rachel for the rest of my life. So sometimes when things don't work out, something good's coming down the road. This next story is about pain. Oof. Oh man, poor TJ. Look at that. Anybody know what's going on in that right picture over there? Or a Reese's? Can anybody tell me what's going on there? Let's see. In the green sweater with the white collar. What's that? Fractured clavicle? You're close. That is an x-ray of a clavicle. Alicia over here? Yeah. Dislocation! Look at this guy. What's his name? What's that here? That's awesome. Yeah, that's a shoulder dislocation right there. That's my left shoulder. It fell out of place because I decided to climb a tree. I don't know why I decided to climb this tree, but one day I woke up when I saw the sunrise at Horseshoe Reservoir. I was up there, I was climbing a tree, and there was this branch. I wasn't even that high up off the ground. And the branch was maybe about this high. I was standing up on it, and I was reaching for another branch. And as I reached for that branch, it snapped. It broke. And so I slipped. And I ended up almost dying, actually, because there was this sharp rock. And my head was coming swinging back towards it. And if I would have landed, it would have been back of my head, all 12 cranial nerves knocked out. It would have been lights out. No DJ throwing Reese's into the crowd here, no husband. It would have been really sad. But thank God I had like these angels around me, and my foot got caught in this branch. It was like a Y-shaped branch. My foot got caught, so I ended up like they topped it up and he was inverted, you know? And so I was upside down hanging. My arm was out of place. I don't know how, but somehow I angled down from the tree and ended up going to the ER. This really cool doctor from India, Dr. Dhaliwal, popped my shoulder back in. Anybody here ever dislocated a shoulder before? You have? Who has? You deserve a Reese's. Has anybody else actually dislocated a shoulder? You have one there? You have? You have? Oh man, I don't know if I have that many Reese's, but you guys all deserve a Reese's. That is one of the most painful things ever. But you know what? When I went back to the tree, I drove back up there. I had to go through like months of physical therapy. I never thought my shoulder was going to be the same. It hurt so bad I couldn't move it past like here for a while. I had it sling forever. I did physical therapy and stuff, and that all sucked. But I went back to the tree, and I remembered all the pain, and I remembered the suffering, and I remembered the therapy and all that. I thought I was really just grateful to be alive in that moment, because it could have all been over right there. Life is so fragile. It goes like that. I'm just grateful to be here. So I want you guys to live your life like every day like it's your last. because you never know. You guys, trust me, as a nurse in the ER, I see some terrible, tragic things happen to people every day. Even younglings like yourselves. If I could give every teenager 2 pieces of advice, it'd be this. It'd be wear your seatbelt and never try drugs. Not even once. I've had people OD and die on the first time. So don't even try it. It's not worth it. Don't take life for granted. You guys want to hear some of the things I've learned from working in healthcare? Yeah! I was thinking about this over the last 5 nights, I was like, what am I thankful for working here? This is kind of crazy. There's some craziness going on. But I'm grateful, I wrote down, I'm grateful that I can watch nasty, gross things happen and not be fazed. Not everybody gets that. Not everybody has that. So if that's like you, and you're like, oh yeah, I can watch that like arterial spray, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe medicine is for you. If, the sound of crunching bones doesn't bug you, maybe you like it a little bit. Maybe medicine is for you. It's not for everybody. So that was one thing I noticed that, I have that unique gift. As a gift that, for all these years. I get to constantly be refreshed, looking at life from a unique perspective, thinking about the fragility of life and situation. What I mean by the fragility of life is that it can end or change really fast, and the fragility of situation, that your life can change like that. Whether that's ending up homeless, or being addicted to drugs or alcohol. That stuff, people don't just wake up and think like, I think I'm going to ruin my life today. So, it's unique to get to see those aspects of life every day, and be grateful that that hasn't been my case. That I have a family, that I have friends. A lot of people don't have anybody. So many people come to the ER and they're like, how are you going to get home? You got brought in by an ambulance. How are you getting home? Is there anybody you can call? And they're like, I don't have anybody. And that's so sad. So don't take your family or friends for granted. I'm grateful for a warm house. One thing I'm grateful for from the ER is I get to practice compassion and kindness to not very nice people every day. That'll test you. Working in medicine will test you as a person. It'll push you. So I'm grateful for my sense of humor. That helps me cope. My amazing friends that get to work together as a team. I'm motivated by 3 things. I'm motivated by people, pressure, and teamwork, which is why I love sports. I love baseball, and that's why I love working in the ER. So if that sounds like you, go to EMT school, or nursing school, or anything medicine, go have some fun, because it's awesome. So how can we take action steps to living out our life from a grateful perspective? Well, it's pretty simple. It's actually not that hard. You can tell people how grateful you are for them. Tell them. Don't just think it, tell them. Another thing is to start your gratitude journal. Start to pay a little bit more attention to the things that you're grateful for. Maybe even writing down 3 things a day, and trust me, very quickly, you will see that it is indeed an exponential equation. Just try it. Give it a shot for a month or a week. Just write down 3 things every day, up by your bed, that you're grateful for. You'll start noticing more and more things. Has anybody ever seen this movie? It's called About Time. So good. This is your homework. I get to give you homework now, even though I'm not a teacher. Go watch this movie. Ask your parents if you can watch it. Rachel introduced me to this movie. She really takes the movies. Quick synopsis of it. The men in the story have this cool power that they can travel back in time. They're time travelers. They can close their eyes, cleanse their fists, go into dark space, and they can travel back in time and relive that moment. So if they mess something up, they drop something, they fumbled, they did something in front of a girl or something, they can go back and relive that and correct it. And the main character here goes back and he relives the day the first time it was an awful day. It was a super sucky day. And he goes back and relives it and then notices the beautiful things. And he's like, oh, I won't get too much of it. But he goes back with a different perspective and he notices these little details, like a beautiful butterfly, or stuff that's beautiful. And eventually he gets to the point where he doesn't even need to go back and relive the days because he can just go through the day the first time, looking at the beautiful things. And so I think that's a really cool way to live life. That movie inspired me. So if you guys get a chance to watch About Time, I think watching the movie for homework is pretty honest. Okay, so pay attention to looking back at times of suffering, failure, and disappointment, and know that there is so much to be grateful for, even in the worst of times. All right, everybody. Before I get to my quiz, I just want to say that it's been a great honor to come back and speak with you today. I wish you all the best in your endeavors and careers and lives. The next decade, I'm 10 years out for being a senior here. Next day, it's gonna go really fast. There's some really cool moments that are gonna happen, some really neat stuff, and also some really sad stuff. Oh, by the way, those detention letters that you guys write, those do end up in our mailboxes as alumni. So keep working on your handwriting, people. Stay grateful, stay excellent, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Go Eagles. We've got like 9 hours starts at 2:45. So there'll be a big like coming in like a couple minutes. Alright, rapid fire, first Reese's. Let's see who's paying attention. Teachers, you can play too. First question. Oh, that's perfect. I have 5 questions. I have 5 Reese's. This is awesome. First question. What is my incredible, darling, gorgeous, sweet wife's name? I thought you could win. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, Rachel. Alright, question number 2. This was a little bit harder. What were the 4 things my boss at CSU when I was admissions ambassador tell us to do?
Change your attitude, know your knowledge, know your guests, and make their day.
Let's go! Give it up! What? What's your name? That was amazing. Good job, Ashton. Alright, question number 3. This is an anatomy question. I know Mrs. Carter's answered this. Does anybody know how many cranial nerves are there in my brain? And well, nice. Alright, question number 4. What 2 pieces of advice, what 2 pieces of advice would I give to any teenager in a loop? What's that? And? Never take drugs in the race seatbelt. Good job. What's your name? Sweet, nice to meet you. Good work. Don't do drugs. Eat Reese's. Alright. And for the last one, I think I said his name. Oh, I left it up there. That's a little bit you. Nice job, Mr. Senior. What is, you can hurry up, what's the answer?
72.
Nope. What is my dog's name? It's Hawk. Yeah, good job. Oh, I'm sorry, get you ahead of that. Alright, thank you, Lindy.
It is a closet that features the symbols of the Liberty Common costume virtues, which also represent each of the houses in the Liberty Common house system. We hope you will keep it as a fond remembrance of your time visiting our fine school and your positive contribution